Happy New Year! Welcome. New year, new content, and we're going to rock in 2021. And we're kicking off with our Bitcoin price prediction for 2021. At what stage are we currently? Well, clearly we are inside a bull market, given that we are accelerating heavily in the previous months, given that Bitcoin is taking a very heavy spotlight and is getting a mature asset. So where are we going for 2021? It's all debatable. Different models are projecting that we're going towards six figures. To me, that is a little bit too high from here, but definitely we can be coming quite close depending on how the next months will be. For instance, if we're going to hold at 20k and the price starts to accelerate from that period again, that is probably going to be a next runner towards 80 to 120k during the next year. Before we're going to continue, also in the new year, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and next to that, follow me on Instagram, as there I'm going to be making more content, also about my personal life and my journey inside crypto and the investing world. What can we see? We can see on the chart that I've put out the entire 21 or the entire cycle of Bitcoin since 2012, and we can see, and I have to adapt one thing here, we can see that we can use some weekly moving averages that are quite important to take note of. So where are we in the current stage? We can see that we have had support at the 200 weekly all the time. We can see that we've had support at the 100 weekly as well during the entire bull run of the previous cycle. However, we should not be caring too much about the 100 weekly. The 200 weekly and the 21 weekly MA are the two ones that I'm using on higher time frames. As we can see that during the bear market we did not break above it. And now we are flipping back above the 21 weekly MA and are actually providing support on it. So in that case, we are inside the bull cycle and quite comparable to any of the runs that we have here. And most likely it's even looking like the run that we had previously during 2016 and beginning 2017. This is where we are currently, in my opinion. Do we get corrections? Yes, we do get corrections, but the easiest way at this point is just to hold on and wait until the cycle will start to be accelerating too much to the upside, starts to go vertical like we do see here, when everybody is talking about Bitcoin again, when people are only expecting further upwards momentum to occur. When the Uber driver is discussing Bitcoin, that's the moment that you should be taking or getting out of the markets. Currently the valuation is 500 billion. That is still very low compared to gold and compared to the perspectives that Bitcoin can actually achieve. So where are we at currently? If we compare it to the previous cycle, we can actually compare the current momentum towards 2016, the beginning of the bull cycle of the previous one. And given that the previous cycle took from November 2013 to December 2017, I'm still standing by my view that our next top cycle point for this crypto cycle will be 2022-2023. I'm still not one of the guys that is currently expecting Bitcoin to top out in 2021, given the halving cycles, as the halving will take less significant part of the entire cycle every time it halves, as the price of the Bitcoin or price of a mined block is going to be less significant or even way cheaper than the actual price of Bitcoin at this point. It's even not a topic of discussion currently. What do we see? Crucial breaker, we have broken through. Crucial breaker, we have broken through. In 2016, price started to accelerate, price started to correct, and then we dropped towards the 21 week MA and started to consolidate and grind upwards. In that perspective, I am not expecting much different than what we have witnessed in this entire run here, in which we most likely are going to top out relatively soon, comparable to the RSI being overextended. I have to say something about the RSI. The RSI can stay overextended for a significant period of time. So for instance, during May we saw that it went towards 80 plus already and the price started to continue, and you generally don't get any entry anymore. This is a general correction. Most likely we get a general correction towards that area around 20k, through which we can also look at 21 weekly MA as the crucial area that has to hold. If the 21 weekly MA can't provide support, we're going to look at 200 week MA. But during the entire previous bull run, that is the level that you should be watching. So the 21 weekly MA is going to be the area that you should be watching for the correction. If something like that occurs, most likely we're going to have a grind throughout the first months of 2021. So most likely until April, May, we're going to see such a grind, then a further extension, and then we get towards the peak high. For instance, if we see 29k as the top of this entire impulse wave, we can derive very easy targets through Fibonacci. In which case we can derive those Fibonacci levels based from this previous impulse wave, lowest at 9.8, high around 29k, first target 41, second one 60k. If we do it from the entire low until now, you can actually start targeting 70k, which is not unhealthy in the case that we get that correction, start to grind, have the alt season, and then start to break out again, that we're going to get into this range between 65 to 85k. And that is where I'm expecting us to be landing, in which we are going to be at this stage at the end of 2021, and during 2022 we're going to accelerate and have a run towards probably 200 to 300k, and then we're topping out for this cycle, have our healthy 70% correction, and then we start a new mature cycle again. So that's my update for today. I'm expecting the markets to go towards 65 to 85k. If you want to catch the dip, around 20k is the area that you should be facing, or at least where the 21 weekly MA is. That is the area that you could be watching for any entries. And the significant part is just hold. The momentum is there in the markets and it's just getting started. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching this update.